but I don't think my heart could take getting a bad ending with Amanda. Like, I would cry in real life if I got a bad ending with this fake online video game daughter. Hi, welcome to the podcast. I'm Joycelyn, your player one, and today in the house we've got Dream Daddy by Game Grumps, and it is a visual novel / simulation game, and it's a dating sim. A short premise of Dream Daddy is Dream Daddy, a dad dating simulator, is a game where you play as a dad and your goal is to meet and romance other hot dads. Are you ready? Hi, ready. I'm Dad. There's content warnings for sexual themes, language, and use of alcohol and tobacco. But obviously, those depend on which ending you go for. It costs $14.99 on Steam, and it's available for Windows, Mac, and Linux. It took me 3 hours to finish this game. It's very easy. It's a visual novel and a dating sim. And there are mini games throughout the game. Like, every time you go on a date, there's a mini game, specific to the date and the dad. I mean, they were pretty simple. I enjoyed the mini games, actually. I felt that the mini games were a good way to break up the storylines and things like that and have it be like an arcade game kind of in the middle. I thought it also contributed well to the date format, which is cool because it was related to the date that you were on, but it wasn't like the visual novel style. The gameplay for the main part of the game is just clicking or pressing space to make the text move, just like any normal visual novel is. And then during the dates, like I said, there's mini games, and they are it depends on which mini game, but some of them are WASD. There was one that I did that basically you didn't have to do anything because you were gonna be bad at the minigame anyway. And it just gives you the win, basically. But yeah, the minigames and the main part of the game are both super easy. So this entire game is really simple. The dads, there's dads, the dad. Anyways, the character design is awesome. I love all the character design. I like that all of the characters are unique, and they also are pretty diverse characters. And you also get to make your character, and I like all the features that they have and how many customization options there are. There's a lot of options, and it's really cool. I do kind of wish there were more options for clothing, but it's alright. It makes sense that there's not as many. I liked all of the background music. It was all really good. Dream Daddy is just such an iconic song. I was literally humming it right before I hit record. It's like Everybody Wham Wham. It's just gonna be stuck in my head for forever now. All of the music, perfect. All of the little bits of voice acting and stuff is super good, and I'm kind of glad that it doesn't happen all throughout the game. I'm glad that it's only sporadic, and it happens when there's something important going on or something surprising or something like that. That's when you hear the voice acting, and most of the voice acting isn't actually words, it's sounds and stuff, and I like that. I think it helps highlight the parts of the game that would otherwise seem not very important to the story, and makes sure you pay attention. I enjoyed it very much. And also, the sound effects in this game are really good. All of the sound for this game is awesome. I thought the story between your character and Amanda, the daughter, is really cute, and I think it's a pretty relatable story, right? Like most people don't really get along with their parents when they're like a teenager, and so like I thought that was pretty cool. And I like that all of the other kids are different ages, like they're varying ages. Not all of them are teenagers, some of them are kids. There's a baby. I think it's all cool. Overall, the story is very well written, and each dad is pretty cool. Before I played the game, I had already seen the endings for Robert and Craig. I saw Craig's because I watched Markiplier play this game like years ago, a long time ago. But anyways, so I chose Matt to go for, and I followed an online guide kind of, just so I would get his ending for sure. But I also like already know some of how to get the other endings, so it was pretty easy for me to get Matt's ending. I just focused on Matt. But that also means that I didn't really talk to any of the other characters because all I wanted to do was get Matt's ending. So like you can play this game in two different ways, where you try and get to know all of the characters and you go on dates with all of them, and then the last date decides which character you actually stay with. Or you can just focus on one character like I did and don't go on dates with all the other characters and don't really talk to them. Like I barely talked to Damien the entire game. I barely talked to Robert the entire game. Because I was focused on Matt and getting Matt's ending in like the quickest amount of time possible because it was like midnight when I played. So yeah, but I only did that because I kind of already know some of the other characters from watching this game be played through multiple times. So like I recommend like getting to know all of the characters on your first playthrough and like doing it that way, and then focusing on a specific dad. But I mean, you do you don't have to do what I say. But I do think that the story is really good for this game, and if you choose to get to know all of the characters, that'll be fun. Matt's ending is very cute. Matt is very much like me. He's very socially anxious, and he's a sweetheart. He's nice. Matt definitely wouldn't have been my first choice though. If I hadn't already seen Robert or Craig's ending, I probably would have gone for them. But yeah. Amanda is also really cool. I like her good ending. I haven't seen her bad ending, but I know that she has a bad ending. And basically all you have to do is be a really bad dad, I guess, to get that ending. But I don't think my heart could take getting a bad ending with Amanda. Like I would cry in real life if I got a bad ending with this fake online video game daughter. She's so sweet. I can't imagine. Just it would hurt. My favorite part is basically in the entire game. My favorite dateables, definitely Robert, Craig, Matt. I don't know about Damien. Damien scares me, and Brian is just... Damien scares me. Joseph also scares me with his like creepy kids thing going on, and Brian seems like stuck up kind of, or not stuck. I guess that's not the right term. He's like he's kind of pretentious in a fake way, if that makes any sense. So I don't know if I would want to, like, obviously now I'm gonna go back and try and date all of them, but I don't know if I would want to, like, actually. Like, if it was my first playthrough and I had just found out about the characters, I probably would stay away from them. like all of them, but it is what it is. Oh, and then also the teacher. Maybe the teacher's the one I'll try next, I guess, because he seems cool. I feel bad for him a little bit. His son is kind of. But I don't have a least favorite part about this game. I think this game is awesome. And this game does have a lot of replayability because of all the different options and all the different things that you can do in this game because it's a story game. And I think that's cool. So I definitely recommend this game. If you ever have a chance to play this game, please do. Even if you've already watched someone play it, I think it's still really, really fun. And I think it's a great game, and all the writing is just absolutely perfect. And it's one of my favorite dating games I've played so far. So, my final rating of Dream Daddy by Game Grumps is a 9.5 out of 10 tokens. Great job, Game Grumps. Thank you guys for joining me on this episode of Indie House. Be sure to rate the episode and let me know your thoughts. I've got a Discord server called Indie House Official, which would be a great place to give you feedback and talk to me, my collaborators, or other listeners of the show. If you have any indie game suggestions, feel free to comment below or hit me up at indiehouse_pod on Twitter or Instagram using the hashtag IndieHouseGaming. And if you'd like to support the podcast and get some cool extra content, you can find the Patreon in the card. Catch us next week on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. See y'all on the next level. Bye!